Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Well Haus. This is Todd, of course. It's been a while. It's been almost a year now since we've had a video, but it's been long past overdue. So I got a few things here to introduce to you for this year. Hopefully, a lot of exciting things, especially for us and hopefully for you. First of all, let me say thank you so much to the 322 subscribers that we had last time I looked at on the Bod Tech 66 YouTube page. I'm very thankful for that. I don't really go there a lot, and of course I haven't put a video out since I think it was last spring. I'm not even sure, but a lot of things have transpired since then. But hopefully we can get a few things done here today to discuss some of the plans, mainly about the health coaching practice that I've had for many years, but I just haven't really focused on it to get it into a practice for sessions for folks to really get things going, to help online and to get that going. I still have some work to do, of course, but better late than never, and we'll try to get started. So for quite some time I've been talking about doing a short video on fasting. Macy went back to work for another hour here or so. She's been on vacation for the last couple weeks, which has been great, a much deserved vacation. Normally we would be out. Hopefully all goes well, we would be down in Florida or somewhere else. We're planning on going to Philippines, but of course we can't do that this year under the COVID circumstances. So instead, I think we're going to reposition our boat this spring and start doing some coaching sessions right down by the Menominee Marina, down by the beautiful Green Bay, Bay of Green Bay, which would be really exciting and nice for people that want to get out and get a little bit of fresh air while they get a coaching session. So anyway, I'm going to touch on a few things. I'm going to have to use my glasses here because, that's what I do. I'm getting a little older here. But so I'm going to, first of all, we'll start talking about a quick discussion on the fasting part. So in holistic health, of course, it's body, mind, and spirit. So it's not just about natural health and stuff like that. It's integrative, of course, but the focus always is on the intuitive, natural part of health. We're surrounded by orthodox medicine, which drugs and chemicals and cutting and burning and all the things that everybody's well aware of. And there's a place for all that, but there's also a place for taking care of your body temple when things get difficult. There's a lot of concerns out there about what's going to happen. Our national debt is 3 times what it was just 10 years ago, and sooner or later things are going to come where all those things that free medicine and not even free medicine, but even just being able to get your medicine and things like that just aren't going to be all that easy to do. But those take the place of natural medicines and chemicals that your body would normally make because you're a chemical factory. So anyway, as I said, I'm going to go towards the fasting topic here for just a little bit because Macy and I, on her vacation, we've done the 3-day fasting I invited some people to join us. No takers, but that's okay. We'll get some hopefully in the future because you'll find that it's just one of the most wonderful things a person can do, not only for the health, for their physical health, but for their mental and spiritual health, which is by and large, when you have those two things dealt with, your physical health actually comes along beautifully. So we did a 3-day fast, just water and tea, and it went great. It's always best when we can do it together because when I often do the fast alone, and that's always tough because I often cook for Macy when she comes home from work and for our daughter and the snacks, the health shakes and stuff after her school and stuff like that. So sometimes it gets a little challenging, but kind of mind over matter because I know what I'm doing for myself is terrific. So we did the 3-day water fast, and it was great, but I had a little bit of a malfunction because while we did that, we rebuilt a little small room for a pantry, new floor and new ceiling a little bit, and I widened the door and whatnot, and it was a little bit of a little physically demanding, which really shouldn't be done on a water fast. When you do a water fast, you need to rest. You need your body to be able to go after those, take care of that blood glucose and then start going after the fat and toxins. Even though it's a short fast, it's good practice for that. And when you start doing things that require a lot of physical energy, you start causing more of a problem than you do good. So when you do a water fast, there's other fasts, of course. I mean, there's, it's endless. But when you do a fast, a water fast, that's the time to rest and meditate and do those things that you need to find that peace for, so your body can detox. Going back to the juice fast, that's probably where it all started for me. Now, it's one of those things where I did all my research for those years back in 2002, 2003, and I finally said I had to do it. And if it weren't for the juice fasting, which was very heavy, I would say I had 3 to 4 quarts of fresh green juice a day, and that got me off the 6 or 7 lifetime drugs I was supposed to be taking for the rest of my life. Within, I gave myself 5 months of juicing to get off all those, to wean myself off those drugs. And within about a month and a half, I was feeling so good that I needed none of it, and I've never gone back. And that was, 17 years ago. I'm not suggesting, just let me make clear here, I don't diagnose, I don't treat, I don't cure anything. That's up to you and your body, and what you believe for yourself. And it takes a lot of accountability and personal drive to get those things done, but those are the natural things that reside in every one of us, not just me. I mean, I'm just another person. I'm just here hopefully to share those messages and get things done for folks so they can feel the real them inside. But again, it takes work. I mean, you have to shut yourself off from so much of the things that the world considers normal, and they ain't normal. But in doing that, you start relieving yourself of fear and pain and judgment and all kinds of things that come along with the physical changes that you make in diet and in lifestyle. The mental and spiritual changes just become so fruitful. It's just an incredible blessing. Then when those things get difficult, you can really come back and deal with them in a different type of meditative and peaceful, joyful way even. Doesn't mean every moment's going to be happy, but you can always have that joy in your heart, and fasting can do a huge a benefit for that. One of the things I'll end on the fasting quick note there is, this is an old book, but I mean, it's a very good book. I mean, it's in layman's terms, so I mean, it's it does have a lot of scriptural texts and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not about pushing religion of any sort, although I'm accepting of all. So I mean, but in there, it's whatever the religion is, the text that you can learn from, it all boils down to the same thing, which is the beauty of things in our body and the heaven and the energy within, knowing how to master that and to love that and to love yourself for it. There's immense healing in just that alone. So I think the next topic, that was the fasting part, just a little bit for this time. Sometime we'll get into a lot more detail. We'll show exactly how we're making our teas, or if we're going to do juices or whatever it is, or if we might just do a meat fast for that matter. I will never become a vegan, but I've decided that for my heart health and other things, not artery health, but just digestive health, I should say, where I'm limiting my meat and just making it as pure and near nature and raw as possible. No burnt meat, any of that kind of stuff, of course. So that's where we're at right now. I think really what I wanted to do here is just to say hi to everybody. I mean, I've wanted to do this for a long time, and I'm going to try to make it short here. I need to say that this year I'm really going to dedicate to try to get videos out there to get a good coaching practice going. So when you say, where do I go? I'm ready to invest in myself. The programs that I have are extremely inexpensive. I mean, if you do what we can do in 2 sessions, 2 45-minute sessions, can be done for, the average cost of what people spend on alcohol in a month or two. So I mean, are you worth that? I hope so, because things will change. This is going to be quite a decade, and I'm full of hope, but it's going to be a lot about perspective. And hopefully, when you have your body temple in order, your body, mind, and spirit, all those things, most of those things, just you'll be able to glide through just like humans have for millennia. And that's my goal. I want to touch as many people as I can. Again, the YouTube, it's been great. I've had 65,000 views. Doesn't sound like a lot. On the other hand, if half of those people took a little bit of the advice or the ideas or suggestions I've given, what a blessing that is, because that means somebody is healed or been in a little less pain and a little less suffering, and that's what I'm all about. So what I want to do is, before I end on this, here, of course, this is the Well Haus. That's the name of the my site, and I don't have a website, and I'm not sure I'm going to have a website anytime soon, but I'm going to do most of this off from Facebook and some locally face-to-face. So I've got my Facebook site, the Well Haus, at also as well as the Well Haus at yahoo.com, which you can reach me there in emails, and my phone number, direct phone number. And we can discuss, we can do a 15-20 minute free consultation and go from there and discuss a little bit of the information that we have for you. The other thing I want to introduce also is most of the people that have followed me over the years here, whether it's in the groups or pages or whatever I've had, know that we've been very involved in nutrition mission packages. We've sent many dozens of huge packages over the last few years of medicines, clothing, food, and stuff like that. We just sent 3 large, I forget what they're called, but they're the Philippine packages out in just the last couple months. And I've had many people over the years help along with that, which has been wonderful. That's one of the main things, of course, just to support my family in the practice here, but mainly is to reach out to those that have nothing. We live a very frugal life and a very blessed life at that, but there are people obviously around the world that have little to nothing, and they don't ask for nothing. But those are the ones that we want to do what we can to feed, to nourish, to give the tools like iodine and things like that to say, now you can have your little bottle of iodine can virtually save a family. I mean, it can purify water, it can do all kinds of things. Obviously, it's antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, and things like that. So the nutrition missions packages are huge for us, and in the next 5 years, it's our intent to either in Costa Rica or in the Philippines. We're not sure yet. We're still trying to do a lot of research on that. Just set up a practice or even a little mission right there in one of the 2 places, or maybe who knows, maybe they'll alternate. But we'll see what works best for us and our family to do that. And a month or month and a half out of the year, we'll go and focus there. Maybe it's out of a little Nipa hut, which we'd love. But whatever the case, the point being is, it's all about less suffering and less pain. I've never been about money, but it's time to turn the practice into a little bit of profitability for me and my family. But I think I can rest assured, and you can rest assured, that you'll get every bit of value when you're ready to commit to your health and to your well-being. Then it's pennies on the dollar. So anyway, I think I'm going to end on that. Today I had my green juice here. You can start doing that. Go ahead and get yourself a nice Jack LaLanne juicer. We've got a new one. I forgot the name brand of it. But anyway, there's a lot of good, inexpensive juicers out there. Get your garden going, and spring's going to be right around the corner here, and it's amazing what you can do with some kale seeds and some chard and stuff like that in a small garden. You can have a boatload of juicing greens there, and just a small little garden that can really get you started. It can be amazing, and you learn to mix and match. With that, there's books like this too that's been very helpful. Juicing for Life. I've had this book for years too, and that's it. That's it for this time around. I'm hopefully I've touched a few bases here that explains what we're doing. It's been a while. Don't listen to all that news crap and all that stuff about 2020 being the worst. Yes, we've all been through a lot of difficult times, but keep that perspective high. And work on that. Some of those meditations and be grateful for where you're at. Take a look at just stand or take a walk and smell the roses instead of thinking about all the crap you hear on the news and whatnot. Most of that's garbage anyway, and really doesn't have to affect you at all. I don't watch the news. I like to learn. I don't like to listen to opinions that, generally speaking, don't matter, because most of them have no clue as to what they're talking about. But anyway, we'll keep politics aside, and we'll keep the garbage news out, and we'll take the fresh in, body, mind, and spirit, and that's what you'll find here with me at the Well Haus pages on Facebook and again at YouTube. And that's my promise to you is to do the very best I can to bring good health and wellness to you. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.